Up, everybody. Bunny mains, I got one thing to say.
Acknowledge me.
Here with the video for Luna, DPS and support version. Just a disclaimer, if you're going to run the support version before we get into this, you want to get the Hungry Sonic set for her, because that's going to be her best in slot. So let's start off with the weapon. As you can see, it's the Enduring Legacy, because that's what my reactor called for. And I can't even highlight it because I'm on controller. So there you go. That's what you're looking at. Skill cost, skill duration. Duration is not really necessary. You want more range than anything. And that's where you're going to be sitting at over there. Now, as far as the build itself, this is what you're going to be looking at. You're going to be doing some damage because you have to shoot your gun in order to get your stacks for the ultimate. Now, I do want to say that if you can manage to keep your meter in check, you can also get it to where you enhance the 4, which gives 100% cooldown to everybody around you. And every time you shoot with the 4, when it's enhanced, you get 2 stacks of the passive, right? So you can switch back and forth, rotate it in. But basically your rotation, what you're going to want to do when you pop the rotation for Luna is open the gun, go straight to your 4, get your stacks, go to your damage buff. That's going to be your biggest boon right there. So just for example, because we're already in here, I'm going to show you guys. You go here, boom, boom, just to start it. Switch over to the ult, get your stacks up because it's high up time. Get that going, and then boom, switch over to DPS version. And then you're gonna DPS a little bit. Should last for about 6 seconds with the build that you have on right now. And of course, this build is going to scale up with damage because you're going to have Passionate Sponsor on. So therefore, you're going to be doing a lot more damage. I was doing about 100k per shot at max stacks, about 110. So that's what you're going to be looking at once you get everything rolling. And it's passive stacks for the Passionate Sponsor, by the way. So all you have to do is be standing next to someone. So let's go ahead and look at the actual modules themselves. I have Nimble Footsteps, which is going to increase the range. So as you're swapping between skills, it's going to apply the range for the Passionate Footsteps. You don't have to do anything else, just keep swapping skills, and it doesn't automatically deteriorate. Its stacks go down by 1 after the 13 seconds. So it's like you get a stack, you got 13 seconds to apply another one. That's basically her support version. It's very straightforward. You get HP, you have Tech Master, you want MP because it scales off of MP for the 2 and the 3 on the back end once you cast a skill. As you can see there, MP recovery amount is your MP times the percentage, and it applies to the allies as well. Same thing for the damage buff. Hold on, let me highlight it. Forgive me, I'm on controller. So the skill power increase is MP times 7.5, and then skill power increase is MP times 7.5. MP based character, you want to stack MP. Same thing with your components. You guys know the drill. We've been at this for about a month and a half now. Now, as far as her DPS version, this one was a little bit tricky because you have to we don't have the ability to change our loadouts per tab. So where the build is at right now is where I would get it if you're trying to make both work. You can spec into one or the other if you choose to, if you want to be a DPS support. She's not going to be the best DPS, but it can be done. I did solo Devour with her using this build that I'm about to show you right now. Now for her DPS version, Noise Surge is basically you're going to just spam click. DDR spam click. You're going to open up with the 1, speed DDR spam click the 4 because it's going to give you the most uptime for your button pushes. Now you can weave in the 2 and the 3 because the 2, I believe it's crit damage. Oh, crit hit rate, excuse me. The 2 is crit hit rate, the 3 is crit damage. So you want to weave in 1 to 2 and then swap back to the 4, just keep spamming. So for example, you pop the 1, get that, go to the 4, spam. So you guys can see all that. So about 165 crits, and it is very viable to get it done. I'll go ahead and put in a little clip of the Devourer so you guys can see it at the end. Her base crit rate is 15%, which is pretty decent for her considering she's a support. So what you want to do, of course, crit rate, crit damage. I put in Dangerous Ambush because she falls in that same category, in my opinion, as Bunny to where you can hit things above and below you and they're not targeting you. So therefore you're getting that power spike of that 25, basically 25%. You can put in whatever module you want for long distance maneuvering. The HP amplification is kind of sitting where it's at right now. This is what I could fit in for everything that I have currently. So this is what you're going to be looking at. Now, once we get, excuse me, the ability to change the loadouts according to the tabs, this is all going to change. So I just want to put that out there at this moment in time. But if you're going to run both to where you can swap between the two comfortably, this is pretty much what you're going to look at. Now, you can change some things according to what's comfortable for you. This is not an end all be all. I never make end all be all guides. My guides are always flexible. So that's why I left some spots open that you can change out to. If it works for you, then it works for you. But this is what was best for me from when I was doing my testing. And I think it's going to be really good for you guys that, you know, want to do mobbing and things like that with her. She does really good mob clear. She's very tanky. I didn't have really any issues when going against mobs when I was just running around in circles like Bunny. It's really just sex for the eyes because it's not as dull as a Bunny with the constant blue. You have different colors going on, so it's an eye stimulant to keep you engaged. More buttons to push as well. But that's pretty much her in a nutshell. If you're going to run the DPS version, I will say this: you want to run the Slayer set. She really doesn't scale up anything except skill power, so you want to put some defense and HP on her, so that way you're good essentially. You don't have to worry about anything else. Yes, the skill cost goes up, but you get more skill power on the back end. Don't worry about the last one because we don't do Toad or anything like that. But works very well. The chat's been enjoying it. They're ready to get their hands on the character. And I just wanted to put this out there for you guys that are Luna mains or support mains like myself and wanted something else to grind with or something else to play outside of Eugen and Enzo. But overall, if I had to rank her, I would say she's probably a solid 3 of the 4 supports. 1 being Enzo, 2 being Eugen, 3 would be her, and then 4 would be Jaber. She's going to be a better mobber, in my opinion, than the rest of them as far as mobbing ability, and I'm sure everybody will agree with me on that. Bossing is going to be Enzo, support Eugen, so everybody pretty much has their place. Until Jaber gets fixed, he's kind of in the middle right now as far as like his identity. But I am able to clear hard mode dungeons with Jaber. I've been doing it on stream. I just never really recorded anything. The chat can attest to this. But that's enough of me yapping. I just wanted to get this out here. If you have any questions, hopefully I've answered everything that you guys might have as far as the character. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comment below, and I will be still here streaming, playing the character, trying to min-max her, but I think this is the sweet spot you're going to get for her at this moment in time until we get the mod slot changes for the tabs. But I'm out of here. See y'all later, and I hope you enjoy your time in First Ascendant. Peace.